My name is Seth Wood, and I'm married to a woman named Ariel Ross, who's a member of a local organization called Stop Fracking Payne County. Last year, in part because of the growing concern about the high frequency of earthquakes in Oklahoma that have taken place in the last few years, but also in part owing to the fracking operations going on in the Roaring Fork Valley in Colorado, where she grew up, my wife became involved with this activist organization to urge for a one-year moratorium on the fracking operations until we could gather more science and more data on the negative environmental effect. Not long after she joined the group, they started issuing these yard signs to put in people's yards and advertise their website and their cause. And not long after we put the sign in our yard, the signs began disappearing. We had a number of signs just stolen outright that we never saw again. Sometimes the signs were just destroyed and left in the yard. And it was after several signs were destroyed, I think about 4 or 5 of them, that I started taking measures to secure them to our yard. I started by anchoring it with a tether to our front porch, but that didn't work. It just got dug up and destroyed again. And that's when I created the now infamous Frankensign out of material. I used to work at Lowe's, so I knew the materials I could gather to reinforce the sign, and I did it. And since I've created this monstrosity, it has been vandalized again 2 or 3 times, but it still remains in our yard. And the slogan of Stop Fracking Payne County, which appears on the sign, these are words of our friend Kel Pickens, but they say they underestimate the persistence of our red dirt resistance. And my wife and I felt that to be true to that slogan, we had to keep putting up the signs in spite of the fact that it's made us feel a little uncomfortable in our own home and in our own neighborhood. My son, who sleeps in that window, right behind that window there, right at the corner of our house, has confessed to me that he actually feels uncomfortable sleeping in his room because of the vandalism that goes on not 30 feet from his pillow. But we continue to leave the sign there, to stay true to our cause. But sadly, we have decided recently that we're going to be leaving this house. This is just a rental, fortunately, but we're probably going to be moving in the next few months to just get away from the activity and the attention it's caused.